Hello, this is Milo and you're listening to the Dockers Debate.
So, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, dear listener, from the Dockers Debate, episode 12, Milo. Episode 12, not doing too bad, eh?
Yeah, it's good. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, and those thought we'd only get to 1 or 2 episodes, eh? What do we say to them?
They ain't sacked you yet.
No, well you can't sack the person who runs it, can you? But hey, no, exactly. But no, we're here now at Bayliss Avenue just before training starts. Nice September Indian summer, as they say, nice and warm, 30 odd degrees. You're dressed for the occasion with your long sleeves.
Yeah, I know. I've got my long sleeve on. I can't have any. If I don't wear the kit, I get fined. So yeah, I've got to wear everything. Milo
decided to get his hair cut without realising this is an audio podcast as well.
I thought there'd be a few photos. I don't know.
Yeah, that's later on, mate. We'll see. So it's not. Do you know what? It's not been a bad start to the season. You know, we know it's early days. We've only had the one defeat in the league so far. How do we think it's going?
Yeah, I think it's good. Obviously, it was disappointing the first game away to Whitstable, which we knew was going to be tough in front of a lot of people. But I think having that early doors has sort of set us forward. I think that's our only defeat this season. I know we got a draw at Glebe, but the gaffer says it all the time. You know, you don't lose your away games, and you make this a fortress at home. Anything can happen, can't it? You know. And
the thing is, as well, it's like I've said to a few people with Whitstable. They're like Faversham obviously are one of the heavy favourites to win the league, but Whitstable ain't a million miles away from being up there to actually win the league. So you don't like to lose your away games, but that's not exactly a disaster losing to a team of that calibre, is it?
No, exactly. And I think last year where we fell short, we didn't do that great against teams that are in and around us, and having that game at the start of the season was hard because you want that sort of Christmas time when we're a relatively new squad, so you want that coming Christmas time, and then you can give it a good shot. But where it was our first game, I think we took a lot of positives from that game as well. So I think we just moved on, and it was all right. Like, we're a good enough side where we know where we play bad if we play well. So I think we've done all right.
Yeah, I think the thing is, it was a good finish last season. Fourth and being there and thereabouts right up until basically the penultimate weekend of the season. Really, Erith Town was in with a shout of going up and winning the league or making that playoff point. But I think this is where the teams really turned the corner, isn't they? Whereas maybe the sort of Glebes and the Suttons the other week, they might have been the ones last season you might have lost. You're actually getting results these places now.
No, exactly, and I think this year the league. Last year was probably 4 teams, us, Phoenix, Dill and the Deers. Apart from that, there wasn't really anyone that was challenging, This year, you're looking at the league, it's wide open. I think anyone can win it this year. Like you said, your Whitstable and your Favershams are the favourites, but then they've dropped points already. So you're looking at that loss at Whitstable, you're thinking, if other teams are winning around you, it's not so bad. But where everyone sort of lost a game or drawn a game, it has evened itself out a little bit, which is good. It's good for us.
And we always say as well with Skeffel, I've been covering grassroots football now for this channel for quite a while now. Got to know how it works, basically who can beat who, that kind of stuff. And look at the start Fisher have had. Last couple of years, this is historically a Millwall channel. I'm from Bermondsey, so I know Fisher from the old days of Fisher Athletic. But let's call it as it is. No one expected Fisher to be top 5, winning 5 out of 5, did they?
No, exactly. And I think if you've played against Fisher, you'll know that if you get them on a good day, they could beat anyone. Probably not just in this league, the league above as well. But when the pitches turn and it gets a bit cold and rainy, the pitches get evened out. They can't play the stuff that they probably would like to play in the summer. And then that's when you start nicking points off teams. So, yeah, I said, it's very open this year.
Yeah, and let's call it as it is in the nicest way. This is a decent level. I think a lot of people who haven't been to the games, who have started coming along, are surprised. Let's call it as it is, surprised with the standard of the football. But this ain't everyone's bread and butter. There might be some weekends where your star strikers, got to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or hungover.
Or that. We don't have that down here, do we?
No.
But I mean, for you personally, you've started 5 of the league games so far. Have you started all of them, or you've been basically there or thereabouts? You've really made that centre defensive role yourself, and in not just saying it because you're here. As I've said, there's a couple of the young fans and the youth teams come and watch you play. You're quite clinical in how the build-up play starts. How do you think it's going for you personally, and how you're playing?
Yeah, I think it's been good. Obviously, I had a chat with Woody in the summer, and I was always going to stay, knowing what the club was like and stuff like that. So it was just a case of me getting myself fit. Woody was putting sessions on before pre-season for not just myself but a few of the other lads to get us fit, and I think I missed 2 sessions of pre-season for holiday, and I pretty much played all the games. So going into the first game, I felt good, and I've just sort of kicked on from there and had a good run of games. So yeah, I think I started okay. Yeah.
No, you're doing all right. And the thing is as well, that plane that just flew overhead, they obviously clearly knew you was here. And another low flying one for the photos, you know. But you're saying about Woody and how the team's going and sat you down. The morale and the togetherness in the team is unbelievable. I mean, like I said, I went down to the leisure centre a few times. You'd sit there, know Woody and Mark and a few of the other people from before, but really getting to know the players. There's a real togetherness this season.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's come in from last season as well. I think some of the games that we won and probably shouldn't have would just come from our togetherness. And I always think that probably get you 12 points over a season, just being there because you want to be there. And we reiterate in the change room all the time, like, we're here for each other. We're not here because, you know, we're picking up a wage or a massive wage or anything like that. We're here because we want to be here. And the lads that Woody have brought in, I think, have fitted that mould as well. So people that have left, people that have come in, they've all been a similar character. So it's been easy for that togetherness to be there, which is a testament to the recruitment.
Yeah.
I don't know who the scout is, but he's done well.
Fair play. He's like the Scarlet Pimpernel. No one knows he is because someone's going to scout him. Exactly. But I mean, we're walking around the pitch now. This is what we do on the show as part of these interviews. And let's be brutally honest, like the leisure centre weren't a bad little pitch last season. It was a little bit of a fortress for Erith Town in the end. But this is another level. I mean, like, when you first come down here, the potential was there. But let's be honest, when very first starting, when I walked around this pitch with like Louis and Henry and James Dyer, like we were walking over bushes and all that. There's been a lot of work gone in to make this a real nice ground now, isn't there?
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think that's a testament to all the volunteers, all the helpers, people in pre-season coming out here and painting the balls red and black. So yeah, that's a testament to the club as well. I think it's brilliant down here. And see, the leisure centre was all right, but
I would say, you say volunteers. Brilliant. You know, we did get burger and chips, so there was a wage.
Right, yeah,
we got for it. We didn't eat down the nearest
McDonald's. If
McDonald's.
I knew that was the deal, I might have got a paintbrush in my hand.
Exactly. Yeah, we missed a bit over there. If you get dropped, you can do that corner. Yeah, but how does it compare to the leisure centre though? In all seriousness, I think the thing I've noticed recently is, you know, at the Punjab game, you know, we're standing on the far side of the pitch from the stand. You had supporters down here from Punjab, you know, for the Burgess Hill game. We're looking at the pitch now again, like left to right. The Punjab, as I said to Adam, not Punjab, sorry, Burgess Hill. The fans were walking round and making away-ins in both halves. You know, it's a completely different feel to it. And with the leisure centre as well, where you had the running track on the outside, you could sort of hear. I mean, I've ran the line there last season, the season before. You can sort of half hear what's going on, but everyone's right on top of you here.
Yeah, no, exactly. And the stand's right next to the dugout, so you can hear everything. And it has got a much more community feel with the training ground being behind. You've got the bar upstairs. You know, sometimes we'd go into the bar at the leisure centre, it would be closed, or we couldn't go up, and we wouldn't train at the leisure centre, we'd train elsewhere, and you couldn't really get that sort of community feel to the ground, where also it was so far away. So you're popping up into the bar, and by the time you're up there, everyone's gone. Yeah. And now you're seeing all the supporters that come here and say, "Oh, do you fancy a beer?" or anything like that. So it's good. You've got that.
And the thing is as well, and like you said, a community feel. You've got 3 youth teams training over the far pitch tonight. My boys and the others were there yesterday. Yeah. You've got people in the under 23s in the car park now having a chat. Like you say, there's a club here. Yeah. It's not just a team at a grand. You have a couple of beers and you go home. Everything's here. The club's here. You know, the committee's upstairs now, like having their little meeting. This is one of the reasons why we moved. Am I right?
No, 100%, and you can see it and you can feel it. You know, like you said, you've got the 23s and you've got all the lads that come and watch on a Saturday, like all the youth teams. And I mean, I think it's brilliant for the boys. Speaking on behalf of the boys as well, we all think it's brilliant. So yeah, the move was definitely well needed, I think.
Yeah. So you ready for the infamous quickfire?
Yeah.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Because Louis and James were, and then they were just coming out with ridiculous statements like Chinese being better than Indian. When it comes to
I'd say that.
All right, okay. We'll go to that one. Okay, right. Who said a kebab? I can't remember. Anyway, right. This is the bit where the editor puts in the ticking clock. So, are you ready?
Yeah.
What team do you support first of all?
Chelsea.
Yeah, right, okay. Okay, right. Here we go. So, quick fire round starting now. Favourite player growing up?
Frank Lampard.
Favourite takeaway?
Chinese.
Favourite film?
Snatch.
Good shout. You don't get many snatches. Favourite song?
A song called Relax My Eyes, but I can't play in the change room anymore because I've overplayed it.
All right, okay. Do you want to sing some?
No.
Okay, fair enough. Maybe when you score. Weirdest fact about you?
I skip to the end of films to watch the ending, and if it's rubbish, then I'll just not watch it.
That is interesting. What big blockbuster have you done that with? We're stopping a quick five.
I did that with a recent movie. I think it was I've got one of them sticks.
Oh, right.
And I watched the Meg, and I skipped it right to the end, and the ending was awful. So I didn't bother wasting 2 hours of my life.
So Jason Statham, you might have been good in Snatch. You're crap at catching large fish.
No, exactly.
We know he listens.
Yeah.
He is a fan.
Dear listener.
Dear listener. The listener is you, Jason Statham. Beach or sightseeing holiday?
Beach.
Favourite home ground?
Yeah, Stanmore Stadium, definitely.
Worst away ground?
Hollands and Blair before they got the pitch done. Right. They've had it done now. I haven't gone down there since they've had it done, but
it was a shocker.
It wasn't very nice.
No, okay. Best fan banter. What have you heard and thought? Do you know what? That's cracking. Even I like that, being called that.
I don't know. I got a bit of stick from the Rustle fans. They had. I was wearing number 6, I think, and number 6 has got a small. Yeah. You probably assume
pair
what they were saying. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, pair of shoes. Yeah, small socks. And worst fan banter. What have you heard and thought? I can come up better than that. That's shocking.
Probably that as well, but it was so bad it was funny. I think.
Yeah, right.
I did have a little chuckles myself.
Okay, well done. That's the quick fire round done.
Nice.
Do you want any interesting facts about me? I'm terrified of polystyrene.
Polystyrene?
Yeah, horrible stuff.
What, just don't like the feel of it?
It's the squeak.
Oh, right, yeah.
Squeak,
just goes right through you.
Yeah, don't like it. Cue loads of people who listen to this podcast buying me polystyrene when I...
Christmas present.
Yeah, absolutely. So just we've spoke about the league. Let's be brutally honest with you as well. I know the FA Cup we knocked out early, but it wasn't a bad little run, was it? And especially with the Burgess Hill games, the atmospheres were really, really good, especially back down here at the Stanmore Stadium. Were you impressed with how the team reacted to the occasion? Because let's not be around the bush. When Burgess Hill was here, they brought down a lot, and it was, and like I say, they were going behind the goal, went to extra time. I was in the stands, you could feel the atmosphere from the stands. Yeah, no, definitely. I think the first and the second legs were pretty similar. I think in the first leg we had a couple of chances, but I probably think overall they were the better side. But then the second leg, it was one team in it really. I mean, that second half and the first half of extra time, they was holding on for dear life, and to concede how we did at the end was heartbreaking. But we did say, you play like that against any other team in our league, you get a result. It doesn't matter 100%. If you're playing the big hitters or anything like that. And I think it was a testament to come here. You got the people behind the goal smashing the balls, and it was good. We reacted really well, I think. Yeah, and the thing is as well, in all seriousness, that's any level. Slightly off topic, my boys who I coach, they got promoted last season. And the league we was in before, we were winning for fun. Can't go into too much details because of FA rules, but we were winning for fun. When we get promoted, boys playing exactly the same level, they make one mistake, we lose 1-0. It doesn't matter what age group it is, and I think with Erith it was really unfortunate because there were so many chances to win the game.
Yeah, exactly. And I do think that's probably the one negative we have at the minute, and that we've been working on, and it's not just the forwards, it's probably the midfielders and defenders and the build-up play and everything like that. The chances are there. We've just got to be ruthless, and in both boxes. That is not just our box; that's in their box as well. So
last couple of questions now, Milo. Yeah. So just speaking of the atmospheres, what have you made of the crowd so far and the fans? I mean, there's been decent numbers, isn't there?
Yeah, definitely. No, really good, really, really good. And like you said, I think last year we'd get a crowd of say 150, but where they were so far away from the pitch, it'd feel like there was only 20 people, and where it was a bit scattered around. But you got to stand there now. We're looking at it. That's been filled up pretty much every game, and you can definitely feel the atmosphere when you're going forward. Everyone trying to cheer you on, which is nice. It's nice when you're playing. Yeah, and the thing is as well is it's not in a kind of way where it's all fluff and basically Fulham, but no one's really on your case. No, exactly. Really, like they might give the old encouragement like, oh, come on Milo, sort your socks out, kind of thing. But it's not anything too horrible. But what are your aspirations? Overall in football and with Erith Town. First of all, I mean, let's not be around the bush. Let's say, for example, you play for Erith Town and someone 4 or 5 divisions up, you're going to shoot off. But what do you hope to achieve with Erith Town, and then like I say, overall in football? Well, yeah, for Erith Town, I think definitely trying to get promotion or trying to get into the playoffs to give us the best opportunity to get promoted. I think for me, winning a trophy for Erith Town it would fill me with joy, because I know how much effort people like yourself and Mark and other committee members put into the club, and Kay as well. I think to give something back to the people that have worked so hard behind the scenes would give everyone, I think, a lot of joy. And then really aspirations for myself, I've always said I want to try and play the highest level possible, whether that's with Erith Town or with anybody else. I think if you're enjoying your football and you're playing regularly and you're playing well, it's only natural that someone higher will come and pick you up. If you start looking for levels, then sometimes you might not play, or you try too hard. You try too hard, exactly. And if you're playing at your level and you're playing well, it'll only be a matter of time before someone snaps you up. So
absolutely.
That's my sort of stance on it.
And finally, all jokes aside, with this pod, I said we at the front and we jested slightly, but there's been about 5,000 downloads of this show so far. So clearly, people they might think I'm an absolute pillock, probably, but you're getting regular downloads, you're getting regular listeners. I was upstairs for the Punjab game. People are coming up to me asking, is it being recorded? People want to hear our Erith Town getting on. Yeah. What's your message for everyone who's listening, downloads, comes to the game on the basis of what they hear, the jokes and humour? Yeah, no, just keep listening, keep supporting. If there's ever a Saturday you want to come up and speak to us after the game, have a few beers, and you're more than welcome to buy you one. Yeah, or I'll buy one if you want me to. You've got to get the first one though. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, no, thanks for coming and thanks for listening. And should we have one more final up the Dockers? Yeah, up the Dockers.